Mamata Banerjee, it seems, has done it yet again. The West Bengal government has forcefully withdrawn the screening of Bengali movie Kanya from Star Theatre, which is a state-run theatre. Now, the reason cited by the state government is that the particular sequence in the movie resembles the Park Street rape incident and it maligns the image of the government. It must be noted that the movie quite obviously earned the censor board certificate before its release yesterday. And interestingly, the state education minister Bratya Basu has also acted in this movie. The movie, directed by Agnidev Chatterjee, portrays a rape committed by the son of a politician. Well, this is the situation at this stage. Mamata Banerjee there and her government intervening where it should have only been the sole, in fact, the judgment of the censor board. The certificate had been obtained by the movie and the filmmakers. Despite that, the state-run theatre there not being allowed to run the movie. The Star Theatre there, which has in fact stopped the screening of this movie, Kanya. Arjun Chatterjee now joins us for an input on the story. Arjun, certainly making, ensuring that the censor board is of no use in the state of West Bengal. Mamata Banerjee, a law unto herself.
Well, two options, either the central board is inactive and of no use, or the state government has completely become autocratic, because this is unprecedented. Not something that we have not seen in the last one decade. Even during the left, this happened once. But Mamata Banerjee, who has always spoken about culture, about change in Bengal, this is not expected from her. A movie that cleared the censor board certificate and was released yesterday and was screened thrice and also once today morning, was then forcefully withdrawn. The screening was stopped, and the reason cited is that one particular sequence of that film resembles the Park Street rape incident, and that maligns the state government.
Arjun, just stay on for a moment. I want to bring in Nilanjana Chakravarti as well, a renowned director. Ma'am, your thoughts on what's really happening in West Bengal? Certainly the government trying to intervene in matters where, there are other statutory bodies to take care of affairs.
Yeah, I just feel that, the film first things was passed by the censor board. So when it was passed by the censor board, the necessary action should have been taken then. And I just feel one more thing is that the issue should be sorted between the censor board and the government, whatever issues. And since we live in a democratic society, I don't see any reason for the film to be taken off screens or anything like that. But definitely it has to be sorted between the censor board and the government. That's how I look at it.
Ms. Chakravarti, as someone who's part of the fraternity, who knows what really is involved in the in the art of filmmaking, to have something which is granted all certificates, all necessary licenses, everything goes through, but at the end of the day, something which sort of finds it wrong with a government official to have this kind of intervention in what is essentially commercial and a creative activity also must be certainly disheartening.
See, what I would just say in this case is that, see, it's the responsibility of the makers also to some extent. To some extent, I won't say entirely. I'm talking generally. I just feel that if filmmakers are also a little responsible and are aware of the rules and regulations, I think then these kind of situations don't arise. But having said that, it has to be totally. I just feel that the censor board, again, I repeat, is responsible, because until and unless we know where to put a full stop, I mean, we should be aware of these norms and rules, and even the censor board should be aware that, this is, we are going to be giving a certificate for this kind of a film, what needs to be slashed, what does not need to be slashed. So these are issues which need to be handled right in the beginning. Why after the release? I have a small question. Why after the release?
Well, certainly.
That is what I want to say.
You think, the other aspect which makes this situation even more embarrassing for the government is the fact that the education minister was part of this film.
I'm sorry, I cannot hear you. Can you please come again?
The education minister, ma'am, of West Bengal, of the state of West Bengal, acted in this movie, had a role as well. You think in that sense, to have a representative of your own government be part of the process of this film and then come out and say, let's take it off, let's not let it screen, that becomes embarrassing for the government.
Yeah, see, as I said, it's like a three-pronged affair. Definitely, yeah, the education minister has acted. He is a theatre personality much before he joined the government, so I don't think that should be made much of an issue about. But there are three issues I would like to point out. A is that whenever a subject which is a little controversial in nature, it has to be, it needs very delicate handling.
Sure.
So I just feel that probably it has ruffled a few feathers. But again, I would just come back to the same point. When the film was being censored, why wasn't the censor board was, I'm sure, aware of the nitty-gritties of the situation? I mean, if you have any reservations, you would not have passed those scenes, or you would have probably conveyed and done the needful. Why the hue and cry now, which we are always in India, we are famous for this. We have injunctions and we have PILs being, launched against films, and later on they're withdrawn. So why such a brouhaha about this? That's the whole story.
Okay. Fair point there. Nilanjan Chakrabarti, appreciate you joining us with your inputs.